really hard to get a vehicle with this level of connection that you have. Most vehicles now are automatic, for one thing, so you don't even have that control. And then secondary to that is just the level of the way this vehicle behaves. The precision in the steering wheel, the clutch, the shifter, everything, just the overall feel of it just feels very connected. It's a different experience than a lot of other vehicles. So like say, a lot of people compare this to the Toyota Supra. It's not even in the same universe to me. This is such a much more enjoyable vehicle to drive than the Toyota Supra. For one thing, manual transmission, it's chiefly Nissan. It's not like some blend of two different manufacturers trying to, squeak out a vehicle and pass it off as a Toyota, right? So this is like, you can't miss it. It's definitely a Nissan. There's no question about that. And it just feels so good. It sounds good. Just feels like infinite power, it's not, but it just feels that way. It's really good. When going from regular cars to this car, there's a couple things that you need to get a little bit used to. One is the precision of the steering wheel. It's such a, I don't know if you can tell, just a tiny bit of movement can move this vehicle. There's no, the ratio to steering and moving the vehicle is very, very, very tight. So you don't have to turn the steering wheel much and it's moving. Some vehicles, like, you have to turn it a little bit before it moves. So that it makes it a little bit easier to drive when it's that way. But this vehicle, you really have to pay attention because you can just slightly move the steering wheel and you're all over the road. So it's something to consider when you're going to a performance vehicle like this. Also, of course, getting used to the clutch and the power. And this one has the summer tires on it, and it's wintertime now, and it's a little bit unusually cold for this area, and so it's really easy to spin tires because the tires are they're summer tires, so the rubber compound is just too tight. You're not getting the grip that you would normally get in the summertime. So you don't get that stickiness to the tires. Some people compare this to the Mustang. So like I drove the GT and the Dark Horse and stuff, and yes, that's probably the closest thing. If you were to get a manual transmission in a Mustang, the closest thing that you would experience to this vehicle. But the Mustang is a little bit heavier. This was more leaner, more precise, and the Mustang's more of a muscle car, which is fine. This is kind of like a muscle race car in a way. But it's a different experience, and that's why I say this vehicle is unique in that it doesn't have a peer right now. It seems to be. It seems like this is in a class on its own in a way, especially in this price range. If you want to get like a Porsche or something like that, that's a different class of a price, completely different price range and type of vehicle. But yeah, this is a fun vehicle and I think it's, if you're in the market for anything like this, I think it's definitely worth taking it for a test drive, because it's hard to really explain with a manual transmission how precise and how well it handles and the acceleration and all that. It's really is a personal experience, and that's the point of it. The point of it is that it's a connection of. It's an extension of you as the driver. So it's not disconnected so much to where it's the same experience you'd find everybody would have. It's a more personal experience driving this vehicle with a manual transmission.